NASCAR, but I think more likely that is execution on the part of the team to give him the ability to communicate. I would be surprised, Aaron, if he's able to get a good connection. It's been so difficult
I
here
was
in
just
Le Mans.
thinking that, actually.
I've got a cell phone that works just fine, except it doesn't work fine because we've got 250,000 cell phones here in the small town of Le Mans with one tower to service them. Just to pick up real quick, if I may, on the pit strategy, the Audi number 2, the leader, pitted last on lap 300, and at that time there were 3 hours and 19 minutes to go. Based on a 10-lap stints, that would mean he needs 5.7 tanks of fuel, therefore obviously 6 tanks of fuel because you can't round it down, and that means 5 more stops in the pit lane. So we're expecting at this point, I would like to predict 5 more pit stops if there's no other issues, and that would leave him with a total of 34 over the course of the race.
The great Dave predicts. Let it be known. Receiving some great questions on Twitter right now. Dave, what's that count?
Just give me a second. You put me
I'm
on
not
the
even
spot.
sure where Dojo Drifter is from that he would want to know our silly non-metric ways.
2.2 pounds per kilogram.
Okay.
So 915 would be 2,013 pounds.
2,013 pounds. Approximately the weight of me by the time I leave Le Mans because I can't stop eating bread and croissants. But you know, you're only in France one. At least average for you, Dave. It's 5:51 in the Philippines. 5:51 a.m.
It lifts our spirits. Oh, there's people all around the world. Fantastic. Please go ahead.
And New Techme actually asked a great question that I unfortunately don't have the answer to, but it will have to be addressed at some point in time of the podium celebrations, given what happened with the driver of the Aston Martin passing away this morning, or yesterday afternoon, rather. If anything will be changed because of that, because it feels in some ways a bit odd to be celebrating. Certainly, it's been made known that the family of that driver has asked the team to press forward with their pursuit of a win here, the Aston Martin team at Le Mans, and certainly we want to congratulate and celebrate the drivers that win, but we'll have to await further instruction from the organizers on if anything will change. Certainly, I hope a salute of some sort to that driver and the price that he paid today at Le Mans.
Yeah, very well said, Aaron. I wouldn't want to speculate, but I'm certain there will be heavy hearts up and down the pit lane in all classes for Alan Simonson.
Yeah, the ACO, the 24. If you follow 24 hours _live, you'll see they're confirming that the number 5, the driver of the number 45, is now that. Oh, I should probably say that is actually who's in the car of the 45. That's Philippe Mondulo in the number 45 currently. The Oak Racing car that's behind the barrier at the second Mulsanne chicane. We saw him. He is indeed texting on his phone, and he has now removed the rear engine cover. So he must, the team, well prepared, have some sort of kit within the car to help him have the tools to remove that engine cover. You know, this reminds me of, Dave, did you see last year when the Delta Wing had its issue, and the driver talking to the engineers through the fence, desperately trying to get that car going. Just the emotion of, because there was so much invested in that Delta Wing program, being the Garage 56 project. That was a really emotional moment. You can YouTube it if you haven't seen it. Certainly look up last year's Le Mans 24. And I have the driver, I know it's a Japanese driver, but his name escaped me at the moment who that was. But just like you talked about, they'll do anything they can to get that car going because the rules allow for it. If you stay with the car and you can get it back going, you are back in this race, this 24-hour race.
And you are not allowed, if the mechanics can get close to the car, the mechanics are not allowed to touch the car when it's out on the course. So you have to communicate to your driver. I know with Cadillac, I remember doing a briefing with our drivers. We collected our 6 factory drivers around the car. We took the bodywork off, showed them how to take the bodywork off alone, showed them some of the things they could do with changing sensors and some of the little things that can be done if we gave them communication. Also, we talked about the fact on or something, so he can plug that into the car side, plug it into his helmet, and walk around the car with a big long wire. We didn't see him with that, but it's another way that some of the teams will deal with that communication challenge and trying to help the driver. It's a shame, the 45 car spun into the gravel and then just can't get it refired. I don't know if a rock got lodged somewhere or what.
Well, I'd hate if it was related to that collision with the 51 in pit lane. That would just be frustrating to no end with that Ferrari. As Dave said, we are reaching the top of the hour here in Le Mans, approaching high noon, which means when we get to the top of the hour here, we always like to check in with our friends at Rolex and talk about time and talk about position. So